our fearless leader, Dave.
Don't even need time. Who are you going to have go?
Rico! How many dicks do you have in your mouth?
Cade Cunningham was the #1 pick.
He's one of the worst humans who ever lived.
Better fucking cut it!
He's a really bad guy.
Pick him!
He deserves to be in jail.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Okay, Barstool Pick'em. It is bowl season special. It's brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting in on all the hoops, football, and hockey action. At DraftKings Sportsbook, in the season of giving, we're being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too, almost 24/7. So many games every day, so many opportunities to place your first bet. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Place your bet. Here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code PICK. That's code PICK for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Boys, it is bowl time. Rico, I think you've done it. I'm going to say it right now. Pat Hill Trophy, 54.8%. Incredible year. Dave, 49.7. I had 45.8. Terrible year for me. But Rico, also.
I'm not conceding yet.
Oh.
No, I'm not taking it yet.
Okay.
I'm not taking it.
I like that, Dave.
I'm betting every single game on the board. So if I have a crazy ass week, then who knows?
I love that, Dave. I'm jealous of the position you're in because if I were in your position, I'd go down swinging. Just
Be an all-time comeback.
fighting hard. And Rico's going to play four corners, so you got to.
I have bowls, and we have all the playoff.
Okay, you got bowls. But great job so far this year, Rico. And Ebo, 10-5 on Mortals. Bob Diaco. That one already was wrapped up. Yeah, great job, Rico. Sing
Thank
your
you.
praise.
So far, yeah.
Yeah. So how we doing, boys? We haven't talked in a couple weeks. We feeling good?
How you doing, Dave? Feel like a lot's been going on.
You mean with the? I thought at first you were going to talk about you throwing your stick at me. You're talking about.
Yeah, that. I mean, you got that. You got a lot of things going on. Yeah, it seems like it's stressed around the holiday.
Yeah, I don't know if stressed is the way. I was in the middle of, like, obviously O'Malley and Bree, as everybody on TikTok and girly drama and gossip sites, their friendship fell apart, and I was in the middle of it. As I would say, Barstool was actually in the middle of it, not just me. But yeah, so that I've been dealing with that. It is what it is.
Can't escape it. It's like every time I go online, it's everywhere.
I'm on a different online.
Yeah, Dan has it. It's weird. It depends who you talk to, right? It's like
I see it. I don't actively go for it.
That's
but
what
it's
I'm saying.
everywhere.
Like, I'm not looking for it. It's just like I'm seeing shit about me from like 4 years. I'm like, how is this still coming up?
you.
Yes.
Yeah, there was one. They did the Hank lore or something. They tied things in.
I've seen Renee has been dragged into it. I actually talked to her. I'm like, you're going viral. She's like, for what? Like, well, people are saying that I was defending O'Malley because I'm secretly in love with her because you resemble her in pictures. She's like, oh, well, I guess that's a compliment. She's like, Grace is pretty. So whatever. It is what it is. It's a gutter war. It's a gutter war in Russia. So I'm glad I'm done with it. Done with it. I'm done with BFFs. I was always going to be done with BFFs at the end of the year. I could have used this whole thing to blow up maybe, a month after. The funniest part of this thing is, like, these girls, these gossip sites, their new king is Minahan. They love Minahan and, like, Jeff Nadeau. And anybody
Nadeau being,
like,
I don't understand Nadeau being.
Well, I don't
in
get that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
I mean, that was
Because
a wild move, Dave, to fire Kirk over this because it seemed like he did. Again, I have not followed this at all. It seemed like he didn't do anything wrong. It's just
He was fired for 4 seconds. Hey, listen, Kirk's going to play the Kirk thing. I am in the middle of, and have been for 2 weeks, of a gutter war that I couldn't get out of between two of our employees who I like both of them. This isn't like fucking, this isn't Clemmer versus Tommy Smokes or Clemmer versus Spider, where I clearly hate one of the combatants. I like both of them. So I'm trying to navigate in the middle. Minahan Yeah, Minahan, and I know Minahan, so you want to go into the Minahan world, you're going to get in that world. In the middle of this, Minahan, and he's going to be, it was just strictly Taylor Swift, but Minahan, led by that fucking loser blind Mike or somebody in his crew,
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Bring up Brianna,
I
and
subscribe.
Kirk's like, she's the biggest fraud on the planet. What a fraud. I didn't need that. And then everybody who has no idea who Kirk Minahan is like, see, even her own coworkers fucking hate her guts.
So-
like, yeah, but it's Minahan.
So I literally have not seen, like, Hank has told me a couple things, but like this just isn't my internet. I don't know where, because I'm not on TikTok. So I don't see any of it.
I saw the clip of Kirk on TikTok calling him his sisters, and that was laughing out
Yeah,
loud
TikTok.
funny.
Sister,
No.
That's what he
That
calls it.
video is so funny.
That's what he calls it. Yeah.
But he should have
me
been
tell you
fired, even for 4
Like,
seconds.
shout out to my sisters.
I was so fucking mad at him because it was the chain of events. I was like, I lost my mind. It's like the last thing I wanted him involved. I should have said it reasonably. I said that, but he's like, I'll talk about what I want to talk about. So I'm like, you're fired. And then 2 seconds later is unfired. But let me read you who sent me this.
This is all like, it's so crazy because Dave's texting me, like, I've been underwater with just football season, trying to finish out football season. So it's like show to show to show.
I
and
don't
then
think you go on TikTok either.
I don't go on
where, like, I
TikTok.
go
Yeah,
on
you don't
TikTok
go on
and you
So
can't
like,
escape it.
Dave is
The way
texting
TikTok
me.
works, like if you're interested in certain things, it finds its way to you. So like,
Yeah.
and they do a crazy thing where on the bottom, like if there was, I don't know, let's say there was Pick'em drama on the bottom, there would be like, there would be a search bar and it would show you something else from Pick'em like 3 years ago that was drama as well. So you click that, you get into that rabbit
Yeah,
hole. Like
it's the algorithm.
crazy.
Dave has
I mean,
texted
Austin's getting dragged.
Dave
I'm
is-
getting, where's
Austin-
all the
me.
clips?
He's texted me a
What's
couple.
Austin getting dragged
There's
for?
girls who's like, it's like they have like, it's like it created its own economy where it's like they like, I saw like a video with a lot of likes. I was like, Austin made public apology about liking a comment from. It's like, what?
Can I ask a naive question?
I gotta find,
find it,
the
but-
comments on Kirk Minahan.
Can I ask
they,
the naive
they are
questions?
acting like he is Mother Teresa.
Can I ask a naive question? Because
Giving
again,
daddy
I am
energy.
very out of the loop on this. I like, Hank has told me a couple times, like, have you seen this? I'm like, no, I haven't. Dave's texted me a couple times, like, have you seen this? I'm like, no, I honestly have not. Do you think, like, Dave, why did you, when you defended Brianna that hard, you knew there was going to be a reaction because there's people who hate everyone online.
She gets the most hate we've anybody had in 20 years. If somebody's got like,
But is it hate? Is it like, do you have to find it, or is it?
no,
Because I've not
It's
seen
everywhere.
it. Like, if you asked
It's
me, is
everywhere.
Brianna hated? I'd be like, no, I haven't seen any of it.
no. She is the most hated person. We've had a lot of people go through. I've never seen so much hate directed at one human in 20 years. It's you can't avoid it.
But that can't be true.
Hank,
It's a lot. I mean, again, it's like
I mean,
I don't know
Kevin
if
got
it's
a
'cause
lot of hate. Kevin got a lot of hate.
no, not like this. I don't even know that TikTok was around when that happened.
It's it's like there's an entire like there's multiple people who make like video after video after video after video after video about every single
The
interaction.
Mean Girls got a
that
shitload of
happens.
hate.
nothing like this.
I guess I'm
Nothing.
just so out of the loop with this, and I gotta be honest. I'm kind of happy I'm out of the loop because it's just like I have enough shit and problems I got to deal with that. It feels like I'd have to take a day off to catch up.
Where I gotta find. I mean, I'm laughing at the Kirk. The Kirk stuff is they love him. They have. You've seen a couple stoolies be like these girls like have no idea who Kirk is
How is Nadeau in this now?
because he jumped in the fray saying I got soft. So everyone's like, here's the thing.
Anything to relate himself back to Barstool.
Like Brianna's going
Just
through
it's literally it's fucking. I've had this kid's script to a T. It's crazy.
where I can't believe who
I
sent
can
me this.
find it, or I saw.
But then
I
you,
saw
Dave,
it.
you
I don't
put
know
him in
where I
the
saw it.
loop when you retweet and hashtag Nadeau. Why do you do that? Just let him fucking
because-
live on his own island.
But why do you care what these people are
Nadeau
saying
makes
about?
me laugh.
Why do you care that these people are like
You've had a
championing?
rough 2 weeks. You can laugh. You should laugh. It's the holidays. You should laugh. Jimmy V, think, laugh, and
Why
Who
do you?
sent
some
me
time in
those
stall.
comments?
Is it? I just texted you, Dave. I think it's this one.
But why do you care that they're championing Kirk? Like, why does that matter?
Kirk is zaddy.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Redhead sisters. Here's the comments. Kirk low-key gives daddy energy. I am unwell for thinking so. Kirk kink is real. Kirk is Zaddy. Fangirling right now thinking about Kirk reading my comment. Zaddy Kirk. Love to see it, Sister Kirk. Kirk says, Christ, we're here to guide you. Praise be, Sister Kirk. Blessed be the fruit. It's crazy. Here's why I care. The hate is like a real thing that Brown, like she can't move without getting hate. So if you have somebody at Barstool who's like, I work with Brianna and she's the biggest fraud on the planet, who has actually never met Brianna.
But that was about Taylor Swift, was it not?
It was, but he'll say it's just solely Taylor Swift. The way he said it in the clip, if I didn't know anything, I would have been like, this is about the larger thing not going on. Now he's like, I don't even know what's going on. That's why I apologize. But are these people all taking that, acting like it's about Taylor Swift? No, they're acting about Brianna as a person.
Didn't they hate Brianna like when she was dating Zach Bryan too?
Yes.
And then they liked her, and then they hated her, so they'll probably end up liking her again at some point.
What happened, and I can't believe we're going over this on Pick'em.
Yeah, I know. Rico started this because
all I did was say you had to come tell the win.
It's also like
out for my guy.
You guys are like talking Chinese to me at this point.
O'Malley turned him. O'Malley turned him back against Bree. That's why I have Bree. O'Malley like turned like everyone. Bree broke up, turns down $12 million. Everyone's like, Bree. And she went through a year of hate, gone. It's like everyone's back on her side. O'Malley, Bree hate each other more than I ever even fucking knew or imagined. So fine. They don't like you or whatever. It's over though. No one's really talking about that.
Till Rico brought it up.
No, Plan Bree, I've talked about. I don't even want to fucking talk about it, but Plan Bree.
We don't have to. We could.
I just said you're having a couple of weeks. Like I'm making sure you're all right.
The one thing that made me laugh.
Like whatever. In the scheme of, I'm friends with Bree. So I think it's bullshit all the hate she gets. I'm defending her. I like O'Malley. O'Malley's getting no hate. O'Malley quit. She's going to be a big star. She's going to be a comedy like sensation. O'Malley is the champion of the internet right now. Sorry, I fight for the little people, the downtrodden, the ones getting stomped on. Kirk will go for the one. O'Malley, he doesn't need anything. I'm sure Kirk's going to have a ball with this too. Listen, and there's different wars. There's different wars at different people. You don't go to the wildlings. What?
You're fighting wars everywhere.
But this thing, like in the scheme of what I'm doing,
it's crazy. The whole thing is crazy because I have felt bad because like Dave's texted me a couple times being like, have you seen this? I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't. I need to catch up. I need to catch up on my lore, but I don't even want to. I don't think. And it seems like it's over.
Yeah.
Would you like to address the HR lack of HR representation rumors?
Well, that's Whitney Cummings, who's like best friends with Bree. With Grace.
Wait, what happened? HR?
Every video, it's like Barstool needs an HR department. Does
That's
Barstool have
because
an
Whitney
HR
Cummings-
department? Like, where's
we
Barstool
have an
HR?
HR.
Whitney Cummings,
I
who,
know.
by the way, Whitney Cummings, you're a little bit old to be using a filter to make you look like you're 20, side note. But Whitney Cummings,
You got him back in the mud, Rico.
Whitney Cummings, who I like.
All I did was look out for him.
Whitney Cummings is savage. She's very funny. Is she like, does Barstool have HR on a TikTok that she is using a filter that is an obvious filter?
Oh, man.
The good news
Barstool
is,
does
Dave,
have an HR department.
Dave, you hit 183 days. Let's focus on the.
Also, Dave, let's change topics with this.
And let me say this.
Okay.
In the scheme of things I've been in, this is nothing. I'm
you've
literally
been
the
way
middleman.
worse.
Like I'm not one of the combatants. I'm just trying to stick up for somebody I'm friends with who I feel like is getting unfairly roasted. And I see both agree and Brace's side, which I said from the beginning.
All right, we'll be back, but let me tell you about our friends at Factor. Notice how days are shorter, but your to-do lists aren't? Power through your busy days with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. From breakfast to dinner and anything in between, Factor has easy, nutritious options to keep you fueled and feeling your best. Whether you like routine or you enjoy mixing things up, Factor has you covered with 35 different delicious meals every week and over 60 additional convenience options you can add to your box like keto cookies, pressed juices, and smoothies. Don't let shorter days slow you down. Stay energized with America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service. Factor lets you do you. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced. Use your time more efficiently. So important during these dark months. Let Factor take shopping, prepping, cooking, and cleaning up off your daily list of things to do. Head to factormeals.com/50RICO and use code 50RICO to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code 50RICO at factormeals.com/50RICO to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping while your subscription is active.
Dave, to segue to something else, I thought your company meeting was incredible. It was 4 minutes long. It was perfect.
I saw you laugh when I was done with it.
It was so perfect. It was like, I was just so happy because you were
like, do you want me to speak or anything? I'm like, it's not going to be very long.
I was like, I don't want to speak, but I didn't know because like we've had company meetings in the past where it's been like an hour-long suck fest of ourselves and videos and all that stuff. And I was very happy that we're back to Barstool world where it's like, all right, here's the deal, guys. Keep working. Okay, see you next year. I was just like, perfect. This is what I wanted.
With a little like Oprah moment thrown in there.
Yeah, like yeah.
What was the Oprah moment?
Look under your chair. You gotta.
Oh, yeah. We fucking had good bonuses in a good year.
Yeah. What everyone else think of the meeting in here?
I thought the vibes in the Chicago office were super high.
Yeah.
And I was just curious. Rico, what were the vibes in the New York office?
I was on a Zoom, Jack. You know that you come in with these loaded fucking things. I was on the Zoom like half the other fucking people. I listened to the 4 minutes. I was on the Zoom. You want to come in and take personal shit every time? You're a fucking piece of shit. You really are. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
Were you not on the call, Rico?
I was on the call. I was on a Zoom. He's giving me shit because I wasn't in the office. I had to take care of something for the 4 minutes. He's a piece of shit.
There was reports Rico wasn't on the Zoom, Dave.
No, not in the office.
You ended it. You said bye. That's how you ended it. You said bye.
I got to be honest. Your reaction is making me think maybe you weren't on it.
I was on it. He's a piece of shit.
So you were there?
Yes.
What did Dave say?
He said he was there for 4 minutes. He said, "Hey, everybody."
No, that's what Dan just said.
Okay, all right.
You were there?
What?
You were there.
Were you there? Why would this reaction?
Liam, what does that say on my phone? End of company meeting on the call, via the call, FaceTime.
How long was he on there for?
Why are you getting so mad, though, if you were on?
Because I was stressed that I wasn't in the office for the 4 minutes. I had to take care of something. That's what it was.
Sounds like you might not have been on.
I also want to say, Bosco, you got snakes in New York, man. I got 3 texts about you not being in the office.
That's it. Yeah. It's
Jack came up to me right after. He's like, word is Bosco wasn't on the Zoom. I was just like, save that for pickup. Bosco, what's this other thing where you didn't stand for the troops?
I did see that. Yeah, that was a tough look.
Yeah.
I guess I was sitting. I didn't hear it was the troop of the game. I didn't stand. That's a bad look.
Did you guys see this?
No.
Yeah. They were chanting "Fuck you, Rico" at St. John's. It was crazy.
Let me see this.
I'll send it to you. This is I didn't like that when I saw
It was like a wounded warrior moment. And
yeah, I didn't know that's what it was. I was checking my phone. It's not a good look.
It's just a zoom in of Bosco just not standing for the troops. And and he's wearing his purple jumpsuit so everyone can see it's Bosco. I just sent it to the group.
They chanted "Fuck you, Rico," Dave, at St. John's.
But what does that have to do with?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with you not standing for the troops.
Okay, it was a tough day. They got railroaded in the second half. It was a tough
I'm getting reports that said you were on for the beginning of the stream.
Oh, but not the end?
I watched the entire
4
thing.
minutes was too long? Did you just check you clocked in and clocked out?
Absolutely not.
So people would see that you were there?
I'll defend Rico. They turned on the Zoom, and I could see he was on it like 45 minutes before in the office.
Good job, Reek.
Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, it's tough.
They're all clapping and standing for the troops, and Rico's
That's
not.
tough. Got to be a situational awareness, I guess.
Got to stand for the troops.
I didn't realize that's what it was. Yeah, it was tough. It's tough look. St. John's people hate me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hate them.
No, I just call their program what it is. The place is a dump.
Whoa. Yeah, okay, keep going.
I'm friends with the Mullins. I rooted for St. John's when they were with the Mullins.
Right, but this is a very Rico battle where you're like, St. John's hates me. It's like I've heard you talk shit about St. John's and dance on their grave literally every single year since I've known you.
Yeah, that's fair. I did meet Patino. Patino was nice.
Why do they hate me?
Yeah,
I showed up to their game in a purple jumpsuit.
I mean, you went up and you cracked a joke in his face. I was there, and then you were the happiest guy in the world.
Oh, you did? What'd you say?
At Saratoga.
Oh, yeah,
Saratoga. I
yeah.
said, Coach, I don't want to bother you, but Zach Brazil's a rat, the fucking beat reporter from the Post, and he just started his whole table got a big laugh.
You didn't ask him what St. John's succession plan is? That's
No,
one of
I
my
didn't ask him
favorite
what the succession
Boscoisms.
plan was.
When they hired Patino, and Bosco was like, "Yeah, it's an okay hire, but like, what are they going to do in 7 years? He's old." Oh man, how's college hoops going? How's
all right.
How's our team?
We're looking good. We lost Reitzel. We pick up Youngblood, 11 deep. Oates is talking about cutting the rotation down a little bit to get the right 8. We'll see. A lot of openings. We're up there in the elite. That's all you can ask for. Went through a 7-game stretch, 5-2. Should have beat Oregon. Got killed by Purdue, rightfully so. But I think we're right there. SEC is very difficult.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it all goes. You could take 5 or 6 losses in the SEC and still be good. But yeah, very much in touch with Coach. We're looking good.
You can't. I mean, how many losses do they have on the season?
2.
Yeah, I mean, you need a 1 or a 2 seed.
They made it last year as a 4.
Okay.
I bet my first day, I was texting you, Dan. I had it because I was in a state I could gamble. I think I had 5 or 6 games. I think 5 of them I was winning with like a minute and a half to go and lost like all of them.
You fucked me with your Millennium Falcon play.
That was a perfect example. That they were up 8 with 5 minutes to go. They just stopped scoring.
Yeah, I took it right away. I mean, you name a play, Millennium Falcon.
I like, and the thing that really hurts outside of, I bet a shit ton on that game. You can't build on like a Millennium Falcon play when it loses the first one. I was gonna have Star Wars stuff. I had it all ready to go.
You had the whole arsenal.
Yeah.
College hoops it's the hardest sport. It's my favorite.
Very difficult.
It's my favorite to gamble on, but it's by far the hardest. It's just every night you're just sitting there. Like last night I had UNC +4. They were down 2 with 7 seconds left. They somehow get 2 shots off and miss them both and foul. So they lost by 6.
I actually had Florida in that game.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yep, very lucky.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a second to talk to you about our friends at Roe. Sparks are a dual-action prescription treatment that give men stronger, harder erections, something we're all interested in. They're in a unique sublingual form, and after they dissolve, work in 15 minutes on average. That's super quick. Roe Sparks work faster than other treatments because they dissolve under the tongue and go directly into the bloodstream. Super quick. Dissolvables hit the bloodstream faster than old school pills. Why does that matter? Because now when the mood is right, he'll be ready. No more waiting for pills to kick in. You know you don't have time to wait. You want to get business done when business is supposed to be done. Super easy from Roe. Plus, Roe Sparks stay active in the system for up to 36 hours. No, you don't have to stay hard that whole time, but when you get aroused, you'll get hard without the waiting. With Roe Sparks, guys will get more confidence in bed, more satisfaction for their partners, and more control when it's sexy time. That's exactly what you want. You want to get down to business when it's time to get down to business. Love Roe Sparks. Roe connects guys with a medical provider 100% online, so you don't have to waste your time in waiting rooms. Something I avoid at all costs. Hate waiting rooms. If approved, treatment ships directly to their door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect to a provider at ro.co/pick to find out if the prescription Roe Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/pick for $15 off your first order. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law but are not FDA approved. For full safety information, go to ro.co/safety info.
Travis Hunter won the Heisman.
Congrats. Huge.
Yeah, that was
Needed
huge.
that.
Needed it.
I'm about even now in the year. I was up 7 or 8 million.
Oh man, I'm not even.
I had a great year, but I really haven't strung together 2 bets since July. I mean, I've been losing a lot.
Dave, I did put a future as soon as I hit Travis Hunter. Out of respect, 19-1 UConn.
I like that.
They lost.
That's the only game I won on Saturday, them against Gonzaga.
Yeah, they lost 3 games in Maui. They had a bad Maui weekend. They lost 2 of them by 1.
I don't hate that.
They'll be. I was talking to Jack.
The Super Bowl's wide open.
Yeah, wide open. I think it's.
I'm glad I didn't get that Lions bet in. They're up 450 now.
Yeah,
A lot of injuries on defense.
Thank you.
A lot of injuries. Like the whole team is injured.
Yeah, I actually think it's to be Eagles.
I like the Eagles. I think the Packers are a dark horse.
Yeah, I do too.
The Ravens, dark horse.
Rams.
Vikings.
Chargers are playing good. I kind of like the
No,
Chargers.
Chargers
Did
are
they just
not
get
playing
smoked?
good. Chargers are not playing good.
Just got smoked. You don't know what you're talking about.
I put.
That's one of those idiotic things. Like,
you can't.
Yeah, they lost to the Bucs,
No,
but down
no,
the stretch.
no, you can't say that, Rico, because I
All
put
right, you're right.
I put a
it
future
was
on the
literally
Chargers.
I forgot they got smashed by the
there's
Bucs.
Gruden's leadoff shred. He shredded.
Yeah. They're
Chargers.
1-3 in their last 4, and their one win was against the Falcons, a game they should have lost.
So how do you say that?
They're fading as bad as you could fade
But how
right
do you
now.
say that? I've never understood your brain. How do you say that?
Blacked out. Said things wrong.
You just threw in like it was just.
I thought the Chargers were a deep team in the AFC.
Do you know what it is? It's like
I think you said they're playing well.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I blacked out.
It's like 40-year-old virgin, and you get to like the Michael Scott, Steve Carell, and he's just like, yeah, the tits feel like a bag of sand. And we're like,
Yeah,
what?
That I do bag of sand moments.
Like, what are you talking about?
You
dude?
just like have this thing where you want to contribute, and you don't know what it's a befuddling thing. You've had it your whole life. Like
I know,
you'll
it's
just
crazy.
say patently incorrect information. Usually
Yes.
you'll stand by it. Maybe that's an improvement. You're like, yeah, I blacked out. Usually you'll go down a road like defending it.
No, I blacked out.
Yeah, but this one you can't because I took the Chargers at 40-1 like a month and a half ago, and I've been watching them very closely, and they have
You're
been
right.
playing bad
I blacked out.
football.
This is a new thing. He's blacked out. This is the first time I think you've used that.
Yeah.
I just blacked out.
Hank had
Blinked out.
Travis Hunter as well. Congrats, Hank. Did anyone retweet you or anything?
No, yeah, we got a couple DMs being like, Rico, haven't seen any. I had a big day on Sunday, hit a couple big parlays, and someone said, I noticed Rico didn't retweet your big day or Dan's big future. That hurts as a rider.
Hank, as a rider, don't you think you should give me the fucking Hungry Dogs as well, like in
He puts
advance,
them out.
maybe, or like?
He puts them out.
I tweet
All
him
right,
every
fine.
weekend.
All right.
I'll start texting you.
All
but
right.
I tweet him every week.
Yeah, he tweets them every week.
I know there's a football show. Are we going to just pretend Mr. Ice isn't happening?
I would like to.
Catch a stray.
I would like to because, Dave, I know you're in Florida, so you haven't been betting all of the Mr. Ice. I've just been.
I watch him every night.
He's just been sinking me. It's just.
He loses every night.
And the problem is I don't want him to stop texting me because I love Elio as a friend, and also he's got to get hot at some point.
I'm gonna see if he picks up. I'm gonna call him and ask him if IceCon's canceled.
He's got Penn
I don't-
State. He's got a Penn State future, which is good. Like
Yeah, but
that's
what
a
about the
great
Ice
draw.
What about the Ice people?
No, the people
They don't have Penn State, I don't think.
The Ice
Maybe they
people don't
do.
have anything.
I don't. He's probably not gonna pick up. You want to talk about friendships breaking? This has affected I used to talk to him every day. We don't talk anymore. I think he's in such a funk because of this.
Yeah, and he's
Stressed
picking,
about napkins.
and he's only picking like two.
I know he's true. All right, Rico, with that laugh, chill out.
Jesus Christ! I can't have a good time on this fucking show.
Rico, that laugh was a joke.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
I asked how you were doing to open the show too. Like I'm worried about you, and you fucking.
Yeah, you're super worried about me. I'm sure.
That's why I throw my stick at you.
Oh man, did he didn't pick up?
No,
He's killing us.
He's like clinically depressed.
I mean, Dave, it's one thing if he's been losing, but it's like not. I'd almost rather him. It's what's the old who the fuck was the player who's like I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9 because that means I kept on shooting.
Yeah, I know. I know what the quote you're talking about.
Elio's the opposite. He's lost and he's like I'm only going to give 2 plays a week and those lose, so he's got no chance of ever getting out of this hole. Like he's never going to get
Here we
us.
go. Oh, did he just call me? I thought he just called me.
By the way, the college football show will be live from Columbus on Saturday night. Going to be great. Going to be great. And then we're going to stream. So we got a crazy schedule. We're going to do the show in Columbus. And then so Big T and Tate are going to stay here in Chicago. So the stream will start on time with those two.
Hey, is IceCon canceled?
It's not canceled. I can't really function right now. I'm losing. I'm losing all the time, so I can't even foresee like tomorrow, let alone IceCon.
Tell him.
All right.
Tell him he's got Penn State. Tell him I
By the
said
way,
good luck on Penn State.
We're rooting for him. Yeah, we're rooting for him.
You're on Pick'em Podcast, so that couldn't have gone like.
I knew that it could have just been a nice friend phone call. I had to be fucking on some content bullshit. Yeah. Okay.
But
He's really having a
I
hard
told
time.
you he didn't know it. He is having a miserable time like that. That is so. He said he can't even function. Like it's not an ad.
And they're just never even close. They're not like it's just 1-0 in the second period every single time.
I saw Dave's chirp. He put the parlay out, and you're like, "Yeah, I like this if it's combined 5 or 3 games."
I mean, people are being fair though. Like you can't win 1, you're gonna win 5.
And you know what he did in that parlay? The one that he loved, that was the 6.5, hit easily, and every other one where he adjusted the total didn't come close.
Yeah, I mean that should be though. To his credit, that should be like the headline for the ice people. He's dying.
Yeah.
Like there's no, he literally, his right there, he didn't know this was being recorded. He can't function. He can't make it minute to minute right now because he's just trying to figure out how to get goals.
Oh man, poor Elio. I need him to start winning bad.
Well, let's get back to the action, but first let me tell you about our friends at Amazon. Thursday Night Football is on, and it's only on Prime Video. This Thursday, it's an AFC West battle as the Denver Broncos meet the Los Angeles Chargers, a monster battle between two wildcard teams. Join Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Kaylee Hartung for this exciting matchup with big playoff implications, which it does. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, Thursday Night Football tonight, live from Los Angeles. Not a Prime member, not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial, and you can cancel at any time. It's the Broncos and the Chargers at 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursday Night Football, and it's on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
All right. Before we get to games, any thoughts on the seeding or how? Because we haven't talked since the seeding came out. I mean, Penn State has an incredible path.
Incredible.
I think they need to. I was very much on the thing of like, if you win your conference, you should get the top 4 buys. I've now raised my hand. That's a fuck up. It should be you get an automatic bid. You have to seed these teams 1 to 12. You have to.
Correct.
This is very much disparity. It's a disaster of a seed.
I mean, outside of Penn State and obviously Oregon looks like they got a terrible run as the 1 seed. No one else to me has like a layup run. You know, obviously Texas, Clemson, get Arizona State. I think Arizona State's good.
I do too.
So outside of Penn State, who got very lucky as the 6th seed, that was the best seed to be. I don't know that I have any complaints really. You got to win games. Listen, as a national champion, you got to win games.
You got to win games. Okay, let's do the 4 play. Oh yeah, so Saturday we're going to Columbus. Big T and Tate are staying back. They're going to start the stream. I believe Ev, Brandon, Casey, and I we're flying right back after the show, and we are going to be on the stream for that game. Okay, let's get to some games. It's brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings has a special offer in honor of college football playoffs. Head to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and opt in. Place $10 or more on any college football playoff parlay of at least plus 400 odds. 100 listeners will have a shot at receiving a $1,000 bonus bet for the College Football National Championship. Go check it out and opt in today on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Go check it out with DraftKings. Okay, let's do the games. 4 games this weekend, and then we'll anyone can throw out their bowl card. Bowl season's very tough now with all the opt-outs, transfers, everything.
It's been like that, for a little bit.
Yeah,
but even worse now.
But I mean, is saving it.
You had Marshall completely. The whole team had to opt out.
We were there. I was at the game when they found out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's crazy. Oh yeah, you went to Army Navy. That was awesome.
Yeah,
awesome game. Yeah, I mean, but like even the Bo Perbula one, like I understand he has to do it, but like that guy was in packages for Penn State. Like, they're playing for a national championship, and he's not going to be on the team anymore. That's crazy to me. They got to figure it out. They got to get – the easiest fix is get rid of conference championships and start the playoffs the week after Thanksgiving and have the college football national championship be January 1st. Because the fact that it's January 20th makes no sense.
Or just don't let people
But they have
what's wrong?
They have to transfer before the spring semester. That's the problem.
Who cares? When's the spring semester? What's the difference between July 20th? January 20th? Why can't they transfer then?
Spring semesters start, usually enrollment for spring semesters like the first week of January.
Make an exception. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
It's not like these kids are picking the schools based on the books.
I agree. Okay, first game, Indiana, Notre Dame in South Bend. Notre Dame's -7, over-unders 52. Rico.
I like the under. I like defenses in this one. We have a little bit of a slow start with the layoff. I like the under 51.
Okay. Anything on the side? You like either team?
No, I'll be rooting for Notre Dame in this one. But
why? Who? Why? That's crazy.
I grew up a Notre Dame fan.
Oh.
We have no team in. I've gotten away from the fandom so much with gambling, but like in New York, you have no college football teams. That was the only team on in the 50s. So my grandfather watched it, my dad watched it, I watched it.
So when? Wait, what?
In New York, the only team on, and there's no teams around. It's not like
that wasn't your lifestyle, though.
Notre Dame was not my lifestyle, no. But I grew up watching Notre Dame. Yes,
heritage.
But I don't think once on the show you've indicated that. If you ask me who's Rico root for, Oregon, quack, quack.
Later in the year, yes, I wrote a very sentimental thing about when my dad bought his house, and then we used to move in together. I'll tweet that thread. You can retweet that thread, but we would go home late at night and watch Oregon.
Maybe you retweet our Travis Hunter tickets.
I fell in.
So how long?
I fell in love with Oregon late in life.
Okay. All right, fine. You're a Notre Dame fan. It just took 3 presidencies for you to mention it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Indiana.
I'm not like Chief. I'm not living and dying anymore with every win or loss. But yeah, you grew up a Notre Dame fan, as most people did in New York City.
All right, I'm taking Indiana +7. And this is a hard play
as well.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not falling for the banana tailpipe with Cignetti. Obviously, they got smoked by Ohio. Killed or beat everybody else, struggled in Michigan. Hope they keep it close. It won't shock me, though. It's a tough game, but I'll take the points.
But Notre Dame is kind of like I agree with everything you just said, Dave, in the fact that like we could be walking into just a complete trap where it's like, oh yeah, if Indiana.
I don't think they're backdooring it, Dan.
No.
I think this is either a rock fight to the end that they can win or they lose by 30.
Yeah, and the one thing I'll say is like Notre Dame, they're kind of similar in that like Notre Dame's schedule wasn't exactly murderer's row. Like they obviously some of the teams that they have scheduled traditionally were down, but like I know Army and Navy had great years, but like let's be honest, like Army they're
nice teams. Yeah, they're not elite powers.
Right. Yeah. And they beat Texas A&M week 1, which was a big win, but Texas A&M ended up having 4 losses. So I think they're a lot more even than people think. Okay. Next game, SMU at Penn State. Penn State, 8.5-point favorite. Over under is 54. I'll start with this one. I love Penn State in this game. Penn State -8.5. This is a game that James Franklin will win just because it's not a big game. It is a big game, but it's not like a big boy game. And I just think this is going to be like Penn State pushing them around in the trenches. That's the difference. Penn State has the dudes on the lines. So I like Penn State in this game, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see like how big the home atmospheres actually matter in these games. I think this is a place it does. Going to be cold. I'll take Penn State -8.5. Rico?
I'm obviously rooting for SMU here outright, but I see everything you're saying.
Why?
I do think because I hate State Penn.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think it's going to be a blow. I do think it's going to be a blow. Like SMU is not the right side. I think they don't have enough dudes. Franklin with a lot of pressure. I think State Penn, unfortunately, rolls here. That's why I'll take the over as well. I do think SMU can score a little bit. I don't love the 8.5. I'm rooting for it, but I'm going to take the over. I think that's a very good play. You saw what they did against Oregon last week. You saw Oregon kind of go over their defense. I think SMU can get enough here to get us over the over.
Okay. Dave?
Taking SMU. I watched that last game. They fell behind. We're getting dominated by Clemson in the first half, but really turned around in the second half, and the guy doesn't hit a 90-yard field goal. They maybe win that game. And I like the quarterback. He's mobile. He makes plays. They got weapons on offense. I think they're going to be able to put up points, and 8's a lot when you can put up points. So I like SMU.
Okay. Big one in the afternoon. Clemson at Texas. Can't believe Clemson's in this thing. Texas is 12-point favorites right now. The over-under is 52. Dave, I'll start with you.
Clemson. But this is an indictment of Texas. I haven't been at halftime in the SMU game, I was like, the future on Clemson wouldn't be the craziest thing I've ever seen. And then they went back to the Clemson they've been all season, kind of got dominated the second half, blew a big lead. I'm not sold on Texas. I'm not sold on any of these SEC teams. So 12 is a ton. It is not pro-Clemson. It is anti-Texas.
Rico?
I just think it's a lot of points. I'm going to take Clemson. Dabo desperate here. I think they can cover plus 12 in a playoff game. A lot of points. Even going to Texas, I'll take the plus 12.
Okay. I guess I'm going to go reverse here. I'm going to take Texas. Right. Here's why I'm taking Texas. Clemson was bad when they played anyone good this year. Obviously they only lost by 3 to South Carolina, but they got absolutely smoked by Georgia to start the season. They lost that game to Louisville. Was it Louisville at home? By 1 million. The rest of their schedule they cakewalked through. And that SMU game, they got off to a really hot start. They had to hold on in the end. And
big time.
I feel like Texas, I know Georgia ended up winning, but Texas should have won that game. It was crazy watching that game, the SEC championship. I think Texas is better than maybe we think, and yeah, I'm going to take Texas. I know it's crazy. 12 points is a lot, but I think Texas is a better team all around, and Clemson, when they've had to step up this year, has looked bad. Okay, last game, and then we'll do some other picks. Tennessee at Ohio State. Tennessee's plus 7 over under 46. There's big talk about Tennessee fans buying a shitload of tickets in Columbus on Saturday. I like Tennessee in this game. Tennessee plus 7. It's not like I don't think Ohio State's dead. I just think that even a slightly slow start, like a punt, a 3-and-out punt to start this game, and it gets fucking nervous fast in Columbus because of what happened with the Michigan game. So I'm going to take Tennessee. I think their defense travels. I think they're going to rely on their run game, and this offensive line for Ohio State is really banged up. I like Tennessee. Dave?
Taking Ohio State.
You are?
Yeah. It gets mushed in the head, but not this year when Michigan beat Ohio State, but the year before, I think, is when they snuck in the playoffs, the missed field goal against Georgia. And it was kind of like the same vibes, right? Where it's like, oh, they're dead. They lost to Michigan, and they came out and they played their best game of the season. I think as long as you don't see those winged helmets, their little dicks don't curl into their little stomachs and they don't puke on themselves, they're still one of the more talented teams. I don't think Tennessee's that good. I think it's a bounce back game for Ohio State. And maybe this is the beginning of the new culture there where you devalue the Michigan game, right? You try to pretend that game doesn't matter, and that's what they're going to do here. So I like the Buckeyes.
Okay. Rico?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how Day gets these kids to bounce back from this. Because like you said, they're very talented. The opportunity is there for them to make a run. They have the talent. The crazy thing is, they're going to get a shot at Oregon, who they would have had in the Big Ten if they didn't shit down their leg against Michigan. So they were prepared to play Oregon if they can get there in the quarters. That's familiarity. They played a 1-point game or a 2-point game against them. Howard obviously had the bad play at the end. But, it's going to be interesting to see how they get off the mat here. I'm going to take Tennessee plus the 7.5 just because I think it's going to be a close game. And to Dan's point, a little bit of a slow start, you start to panic. But this is a very important game for Ryan Day to see what they can do. I'm interested to see how these kids get off the mat.
Did you see, Dave, that Ryan Day's already doing the spin zone, that devaluing the game?
Yeah, that's what I said in my just rant.
Yeah. The clip was insane. Watching that.
That's literally what I just said.
Sorry, I was looking at a line.
Yeah, they're
That's my
this is the beginning of them devaluing the Michigan game.
Yeah, that's my bad. Hand up. I was looking at a line, trying to make sure I had a pick.
Yeah, of course I heard it. They put too much. Yeah, because they're tiny little dicks that curl into their fucking stomachs when they see us coming. The big bad bully, they get nervous. So yeah, devalue the game. Woody Hayes puked.
Okay.
Do you see that clip of me running into Urban?
Yeah.
They need you back. I don't know if it would make a difference, but done. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: if they win the national championship, you still got to fire them, right? You do.
Woody Hayes would have said yes.
Yeah. This season they're playing. You might as well not even show up. The season's over.
I see you guys.
Crazy that he I thought he would just blow by you.
No, I gave him the business right away.
Well, he personally doesn't have anything to be ashamed of because all he did was beat Michigan.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day of the horse and buggy.
Okay. You guys got any picks?
Well, I got one big bowl thing. Pinstripe Bowl.
Yeah.
12 years or 14 years. My uncle did security for the teams.
Yes.
He was assigned a team for the week. They lost outright, all of them. He's retired. He's out. He doesn't have a team this week. If he did, it was going to be BC. So maybe the stench still stays with like his aura or his replacement. That's why I'm on Nebraska -2.5. But he does not have security detail this week.
How does it get determined of what, like, the projection of what he would have been?
He in the text to my cousin, I said, what does he have? He said, I'm going to be home for Christmas or the whole week. I retired. But if I did have it, it would be BC.
How does he find that out?
I think the new guy, he probably asked the new guy who he got, and the new guy got BC.
Got it. All right, so I'll take Nebraska as well.
Yeah, I like Nebraska.
I'll make it my mortal.
It's not as like.
No, I just made it my mortal. No.
All right.
I made it my mortal.
All right. If he was still with them, it's whatever. But he had some crazy losses in his day too.
Jack Mack, you ready here? Everybody get a pen because I got a big board.
Let's go.
Can we do tonight?
Yeah. We'll just release it right now.
JMU -7.5, over 50.5. Cal +3 against UNLV, over 46.5. Georgia Southern -5 against Sam Houston. Ohio -4.5 against Jackson State. Florida -13 against Tulane, over 49.5. Indiana +7 against Notre Dame. Already give me the over in that game as well. No, don't. Just Indiana +7. SMU +8.5, over 53.5. Clemson +12 against Texas. Ohio -7.5 against Tennessee. UTSA -9 against Coastal, over 55.5. Fresno +3 against Northern Illinois. San Jose State -3.5 against USF, over 61.5. Toledo Pitt, over 51.5. Rutgers +7 against Kansas State. Arkansas State, I love Rutgers in bowl games. Giano, I feel like cares. Arkansas State +7 against Bowling Green, over 50.5. Oklahoma -6 against Navy. Vandy +3 against Georgia Tech, over 51.5. Texas Tech +1.5, over 51.5 against Arkansas. Syracuse -11.5 against Washington State, over 59.5. Kyle McCord revenge game is even playing. USC +3.5 against A&M, over 51.5. UNC +2.5. Belichick 54.5, over. BC +2.5 against Nebraska. Fuck Rico. Louisiana +13.5 against TCU, over 57.5. Iowa State +3 against Miami, over 55.5. Miami of Ohio -3 against Colorado State. ECU +5.5 against NC State, over 58.5. BYU +3 against Colorado, over 54.5. La Tech +17 against Army. Iowa +3 against Missouri. Michigan +10.5 against Bama. Washington +2.5 against Louisville. Illinois +9.5 against South Carolina, over 47.5. LSU -1 against Baylor, over 59.5. Ole Miss -14.5 against Duke. Virginia Tech +6.5 against Minnesota. Liberty -1.5 or +1.5, against Buffalo. Liberty, and over, I think, is 57 or 51.5, maybe 57.5. That's my board. My mortal is actually going to be BYU +3 against Colorado.
All the starters are playing for Colorado.
Yeah,
though.
Colorado. I like Colorado.
I can't imagine BYU's people aren't playing. They're Mormons.
True. That was a hell of a card. That was a hell of a card.
Unbelievable. It's been a while since he bet every game on the board.
All right, wait. Let's do mortals real quick, and then I have two last questions for both Dave and Rico. I'm going to take Nebraska -2.5. This is a Rico mortal, so he better not let me down. Hank.
I gotta go Nebraska.
Okay. Zoopy.
I'll go SMU.
SMU. All right. Jack.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Ebo.
I will also take SMU.
SMU.
Oh,
Wow.
I like that.
I got Tennessee.
Tennessee for Bubba. Rico.
South Carolina -9.5. I think South Carolina had a great season. I think they play in this bowl. I think they're motivated. I think they play.
They are playing in this bowl.
South Carolina -9.5.
And Dave, what was your mortal?
It was BYU.
BYU. All right, my last two questions. Then we got to do this. We're going to tell everyone our brackets. First
You
one.
want my card as well?
Oh, yeah. Give us your card.
All right, real quick. Ohio -5, Jack. Pitt, Toledo over 51. Kansas State -7. Ark State, Bowling Green over 50.5. Nebraska -2.5. Colorado -3. And South Carolina -9.5.
Dave, I know this story was a couple weeks old, but Bill Belichick obviously to UNC. I'm not going to ask you how you think it's going to go because I assume you think it's going to go well. You are in the NIL game. You're talking to a recruit, and the recruit says, yeah, I'm between Michigan and North Carolina. What do you say?
What would I say to that?
Are you going to negatively recruit
Yeah,
against
I
Bill
would
Belichick?
negatively. Yes, I would negatively recruit against Belichick. I'd be like, you're not going to be able to use social media.
He's old.
You're not going to be able to talk to the media. Like, you're not going to build your social brand. It's all about the team. And you may win some games, but you're not going to have no fun doing it.
Yeah. Okay. And then Rico, your guy Gottlieb.
Bro, he can't. I mean, I'm not even coming for his neck anymore. And it goes to show you he just.
Well, you said it's a Christmas
come early.
present.
Yeah, okay. I could say. I mean, that's a light jab. That's a friendly jab.
That's a pretty heavy jab, but go ahead.
All right. But he can't get his foot out of his own mouth. He's putting up calendars that he takes off in December. He's calling him nobody you. He's nuts, dude. He just can't. Like, he's still doing his radio show. He can't get out of his own way. It's gonna bomb out after a year.
Did you see?
And he fought so hard to get a job for a year, for a coaching job. Finally get a head coaching job, and it's just gonna bomb out after a year. Like he's a clown.
Did you see that? Did you see the meme he put up, Dave?
Who?
For Gottlieb.
No.
So he put up a meme. It was like the first or second day of December, and it was like December's here, and it was like 3rd through 7th, pretend to work. Like 12 through 18, like get drunk and don't even pretend to work. And he put this up. He hasn't won a game in December.
I mean, I obviously saw what he did today that he doesn't want to play nobody you, and then Michigan
lost.
Tech beat him.
Yeah, 72-7.
Crazy.
Brutal. All right.
The Pick'em Bracket Challenge is presented by Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Playoffs are here, and there's no better place to get your college football tickets than Game Time. Game Time tickets and gift cards also make a great holiday present. Go into the app, redeem code PICK'EMPLAYOFF, one word, and then respond to our brackets in the comments to win prizes like the Barstool Sports Store credit and Game Time gift cards. Get your tickets now with Game Time.
Okay. I'll do my bracket first. I have Tennessee beating Ohio State, Texas beating Clemson, Notre Dame beating Indiana, Penn State beating SMU. So that is my quarterfinal would be Oregon over Tennessee, Arizona State over Texas, Notre Dame over Georgia, and Penn State over Boise. And then my final four is Oregon over Arizona State, Penn State over Notre Dame, Big Ten final, Oregon, Penn State. Oregon wins the whole thing. Dave?
Rematch. Yeah. All right, I got Ohio beating Tennessee. I got Texas beating Clemson. Penn State beating SMU. Notre Dame beating Indiana. Notre Dame beating Georgia. Penn State beating Boise. I agreed with Dan. Arizona State beating Texas. Ohio beating Oregon. Then Ohio State beating Arizona State in the semis. Notre Dame beating Penn State. You got an Ohio State Notre Dame final. And then Ohio State winning the national championship. And the national championship that nobody cares about, in the most defeating national champion, sad, pathetic little national championship we've ever had.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Rico.
All right, my bracket. Ohio State takes down Tennessee. Texas takes down Clemson. I'm going to take SMU in the upset over State Penn. I'll take Notre Dame into the quarters. Oregon beats Ohio State. Texas beats Arizona State. It's a little chalky here. I'm going to take Boise over SMU and Georgia over Notre Dame, which sets up a Final Four of Oregon over Texas and Georgia over Boise. Championship game, Oregon over Ryan Whitney's Georgia Bulldogs. Oregon national champions finally get through the cracks here and hang a banner.
Quack, quack.
Quack,
Quack,
quack.
quack. Quack, quack. All right, boys. I think we'll do one more of these after. We'll do one more before the semifinals, because then we can crown who actually has won the Pat Hill, and we'll preview the semifinals. Well,
not necessarily.
I guess it could be a competition. That would be great. If we have to do a national championship show, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love that. If Dave closes, oh man, I'm rooting for you hard, Dave.
Just got to get fucking red hot.
I might just put all your picks into one parlay. All right, boys. We'll see you.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya.
Happy
Bye.
Hanukkah. Merry Christmas.